Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to my channel. This is a quick intro so you guys can get to know a little bit about me and my energy and where I get my information from. So we'll start at the beginning, or when I first started to wake up, which was around 1998. My older daughter was about 2.5, and she woke up from a nap and she was screaming, "Mommy, Mommy." So I ran in, I was a new mom. And I doted on her like crazy. So she's looking at me with these big blue eyes and she says, "Mommy, the birds with faces are looking for you." And I was like, what? I was so busy trying to stay alive back then. We were in New York City and we had a new baby, or, a young kid, and we were like struggling. It's New York City. So I was like, what? I was taken aback and I was like, oh, birds with faces, those are angels. And they couldn't reach me because I was so stressed. They went to her, right, to give me the message to wake me up. So around that time I was having dreams as well, these weird pyramid dreams. So I took to the internet, believe it or not. In the 1900s, the internet was very sparse. I know it's hard to imagine a time like that. But it didn't have a lot of information. I stumbled on Reiki, which I guess was, meant to be. So I started my Reiki journey. I took Reiki 1 and Reiki 2 weekend courses, and I sobbed the whole time in both of the classes. I was just heartbroken, and I don't know why. It was just this pain that was like flooding out of me, being in this energy. It was really painful, and it was kind of embarrassing, but I guess it had to come out. So I then went into the Reiki Master Program, and that was in City. It was a year-long program that I committed to, and we met every week, and it was very intense. We did really intense meditations and body work, energy work. It was a lot, and at that time my energy was very high. I didn't realize what that was about. I didn't know much about energy. Like a lot of people didn't know about energy back then. We didn't talk about it. It wasn't a thing really, unless you were studying Reiki. But even then we didn't. It wasn't like this. We weren't connected like this. So during that time, kind of towards the end of my Reiki program, I had an experience with Jesus, visitation with Jesus Christ. So he rolled into me, and I immediately recognized him. A part of me immediately recognized him, and I was overjoyed to see him. And I reached out to him. I think I wanted him to take me away, because at that point things were getting tough. But he laughed at me and he asked me a question, which to this day, I don't know what it was, consciously, but subconsciously or in my higher self, I knew what it was, and I said yes immediately. And then he flowed into me. It was the craziest feeling, like I was on the ocean. The waves just hit me like, and he flowed into my chest. And my conscious mind said, "Oh my God, what just happened?" My physical mind woke up, and it was like, this thing just went inside me. And I didn't, my spirit self knew him immediately. And he's dark skinned, by the way, very dark skinned. And he laughs all the time. He's so joyous, incredibly joyous. His energy is incredible. So he came back out of my chest holding a diamond in front of him, and he was going backwards, and it was a black diamond from my perspective. And he went back up thousands of layers, boop, boop, boop. I saw him going up, and he was just laughing hysterically at me, my human self, being afraid of what just happened. So after that, I was high as a kite, right? As you can imagine. I was like, wow, this is great, And then I got my master attunement, and I was like, okay, everything's great, right? No, everything was not great. My life fell apart, and I went on the journey of, dying to self, I guess, basically, is what we have to do to really release our egos and release our attachments to the earth. But unfortunately, humans have to go about it the hard way. And I'm an Aquarius, a double Aquarius moon and Aquarius sun, so I'm very fixed. I don't learn things easily. I'm very steadfast in what I do. So, I'm just laughing at myself. Being a double Aquarius. I do have Taurus rising, thank God. Otherwise, I probably would have floated off the earth by now. Or been in a lunatic asylum somewhere. So after that, for about 18 years, I faced off with a lot of stuff. I faced off with financial abuse, narcissistic abuse, court abuse, depression, anxiety, PTSD, demon attachments, curses. I took the head off a couple of demons, literally. And really got to a place of realizing what all of this was about. And it's really a way of control. It's a way of, especially people who are empathic and have come in here for a purpose, they know who you are. They surround you with tough times, tough energies, tough people, to keep you in a place of service to self. Because when we're in a place of service to self, we cannot rise up in energy, right? We're just struggling to survive, especially if we have children. We are working really hard to support take care of our children, make a good life for them, right? And we don't really ever get the chance to get into the energy of service to others, in a grand scheme, like reaching outside of ourselves. And that is the key to rising up in energy and ascension, really, is service to others. And when you're hurting, you're struggling, you're sad, you're depressed, you're all that stuff, you're surrounded, with hard times, it's really impossible to reach out to others and help, to connect with others. You're in a very selfish, defensive mode or energy and, place. So that's by design. It's by design to keep us in a low vibration. So recently, ever since December, when we had that conjunction, I've been getting messages that energy's been changing in a big way. Humanity has risen up, done the work. A lot of humanity have done the work to raise their vibration, which has raised the collective. And what happened was we surpassed the matrix control system that has been on the earth, controlling the earth for decades. So I'm not going to go all into that. You can do the research if you like. But we passed the matrix, and it's now, just recently actually, the last few weeks, has completely disintegrated. It's gone. So what that was, aside from everything else, all the control globally, individually, that control structure, that energy structure, kept our individual energy in an egg-like cocoon, right? Which is not our natural human energy field. We've been manipulated into this egg-like cocoon, which kept us in our own space, right? And not connecting to others. Very cut off. And we've all been like that for a very long time. We're used to that. But now that that energy is gone, a lot of people have been noticing it too. They had noticed that their energy has been expanding. And what our natural energy is a toroidal field emanating from our heart. It's like a donut shape. And depending on how much energy you have, it can go out and out and out, or, if you're, lower energy, it's more closer to your body. But it is meant for us to connect energetically to our environment. That's how we were created. And we're starting to reclaim that energy now. And so I've been seeing and getting the pictures of what's going to transpire with that. And that is that we will all start to, once we all start to get a handle on our energy and get more into that flow, we will normally it'll just happen where we'll start to connect with each other, because humanity is really one. Doesn't matter if you're male, female, black, white, whatever, whatever you are, if you're human, we are one. That's how we were created. So what's going to happen is the toroidal fields will start to connect, and we will create what's called the flower of life on the earth. And that is our normal, natural pattern. It's what we were born here with that was taken from us. So as that's happening, we are growing in power, in sovereignty, in energy, and we're ascending past this control structure that has been programming us for a very long time. So all of that I was seeing, and I was like, this is really cool. And I could feel the energy. I was given the feeling of how great this is going to be. Like, we're headed towards something really fantastic. The problem is the people, the beings, I'm not even going to call them people, the beings that have put these matrix control structures in place for us here don't want, obviously, us to break out of that. And they can't stop it, but they're trying. They have had a technology, and you can look this up as well. It's out there. You can find it pretty easily. It's called Project Looking Glass. It's a technology they've had for a long time, and it actually shows them, they put in different scenarios, let's just say, and this Project Looking Glass will show them what timeline that will direct humanity on, and the outcome. So they've been using this for quite a while with us, and it got to a place where everyone who could use this technology, a lot of people in the CIA were trained on it, they were seeing that after 2012, there were no timelines. There was no other possibility. They couldn't change anything that was happening. Like, all the timelines were converging, and there was nothing they could do. So they've known this for a while, and they've been putting things into place to try to remain in control. Because as you can imagine, us waking up and regaining control is not something that they would want, right? So these past 2 years have been a part of the plan to keep us in control. And what all of this has been doing is actually bringing that matrix energy, that fear, that control inside of us. With this loss of freedom that we've been experiencing, and all the fear that has been spread with this virus, that's kept us in very low vibration. It's also kept us from connecting to each other, which, as you can imagine, with this flower of life pattern that I just described, it's really important that we are in close proximity to each other, right, to connect this flower of life. And when it starts happening, when we each start waking up to this and really regaining our power, regaining our sovereignty, and getting into this flow that we're just really we're like children now, just learning to crawl. Like, wait, this is a whole different energy scenario here, right? But we're going to get used to it. It's been decades of being, in our own bubble, basically. But that's not who we're supposed to be. Humanity, we're supposed to connect. We're supposed to flow like that. We're supposed to flow with the earth. We are one with the earth. And, we have to get into that place of respecting her, not just by recycling and emissions and global warming. That's great. But we really should take it to the next level and really just, being heart-centered with her and with each other, because that's where this energy emanates from, is our hearts. And when I was back in Reiki, I was told that as you heal, so too shall the earth. And I didn't know what to do with that, because at that point I was not healing. I was on a horrible path. And I was like, well, that's really unfortunate. But now I understand what that means. We are all connected to the earth. And as we rise up, she's going to experience her flower of life, right? Energy through us. And we're all going to rise up together. We're going to, rise out of this very deep, dark, dense energy, heavy energy that we've been in for so long. and really rise up into our true sovereign power. That's the path that we're headed on, and nothing can stop that. So we are, we are experiencing some loss of freedoms and a lot of fear, which gets me very frustrated sometimes because I'm an Aquarius. So I, get my back up, and I understand we're in this big, we're in a growth here. We're growing, we're learning, we're seeing things that don't feel right, and this control stuff that's going on is going to become more and more intolerable as people start to open up to their energy, their true energy. They're going to start to feel the uncomfortableness with their loss of freedom and their loss of being connected to each other. It's going to become more prevalent, and so we're headed down that path for sure. It's a path. It's a train that can't be stopped because it's already in motion. And once a train is in motion, it takes miles for it to stop, and so yeah, this isn't going to stop for sure. So that was about it for now. I think I'm going to do a video, a Flower of Life meditation video. It would be great for a lot of us to actually bring that into our thoughts, that pattern, see that pattern coming out from us, connecting to others, connecting, it's like that like domino effect, right? It's like we all just start connecting, and then it's just, once we connect fully around the earth, it's just going to be amazing. It's the feeling I have been given is just, there's really no describing it. It's a feeling of freedom, of control, just not control, but power over yourself, and just everything being like a big soft pillow. That your favorite pillow that you love, just like that. It's just comfortable. It's perfect. It makes you feel loved, right? And cozy, and you just snuggle up there and everything's good. So that's the feeling. If I would, put it like anything, it would be that. This big white fluffy pillow. And it's really, really nice. So overall, with the tarot readings, I am seeing that a lot of us are releasing trauma, releasing the past, which is great. Any of us who are hanging on to that, I do see that the universe is coming in, our Father's coming in, the Creator's coming in and wiping that out, because it's too important for us to release this stuff so we can move into this new vibration, into this new energy, and help each other to expand and grow into our new reality, which we are doing. And you want to be on that train. You just want to be on that train. So I'm going to, I guess, leave it there for now. I'm going to get on with my readings. I hope that gave you a little bit of an idea of who I am, where I'm coming from. If you resonated with it, probably my readings will too resonate with you. And I do apologize for saying I've gotten yelled at before for saying but the problem is, there it is. When I'm working, I'm doing readings and I'm channeling through information, I get it in, I hear things, I see things, and I have to put it together before I put it out. So that's sometimes I hesitate. I'm like, because I'm just trying to take what I'm getting and put it into a place where I can make sure you understand it. So I'll try to work on that. The other thing is, I wanted to mention earlier that anyone who is dealing with depression and anxiety, and finding, if you have children dealing with this, or you're dealing with this, you're finding that you're finding that medication isn't working. My daughter went through 2 sessions with TMS Success here in the United States. They also have the same thing over in Europe. It's called something different, and I don't remember the name of it. If you want to reach out to me, I can let you know. It worked amazing. And if you prove that the medications are not working for you or your children, it's usually covered under insurance. So she had 2 sessions. You have to commit a little bit, 6 weeks, but that's it. You're done. And it's magnetic resonance therapy. I can't really say enough about it. If anyone wants to reach out and ask me about it, I can tell you what we've learned about it. But that was the one thing that really helped my daughter to get out of a really sad downward spiral, which really left me feeling hopeless and helpless as a mom. With everything else that was going on, not being able to help her was really horrible. So I would love to, give anyone the information, because they really helped us a lot. So guys, that is all I have right now. I hope you got something about me from it. I'm not just this crazy Aquarius who just reads cards. I do have a background. I do connect in to our creator. I call him Father, and we have many conversations. And they get stronger the more I do these readings and connect with people. It's just getting stronger and stronger, and the messages are coming through more. So I'll probably do more videos with what comes through too. But for now, I'll leave this there. Enjoy the readings, I hope. Enjoy my channel. I love that. I'd love to create a little community of people who think the same way, right? That's what we're here to do, is connect and grow and learn and ascend. So guys, take care and enjoy the readings, and I'll see you soon.